The women's basketball team won the NEC crown this past weekend. They will be heading to Louisville to take on the Cardinals. But first, how do you think they played in the NEC tournament? What players stood out the most to you all? And how do you think they can beat Louisville? Can they beat Louisville? Logan, I want to hear your beautiful voice to start us off.
Well, let's just say they have about as good of a chance of beating Louisville as your intramural team has of beating the women's basketball team at Robert Morris, which is pretty much zero. I don't think the women's basketball team will beat Louisville. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. They had a phenomenal season, and regardless of the score of the game on Friday, that's still a phenomenal season because, you know, an NEC team is not expected to beat the one of the top 4 teams in the entire country. That being said, you know, they played phenomenal in the playoffs, and they played phenomenal in the regular season for conference, something that, you know, if we go back to the first couple episodes of this season, or if we go back to, you know, some articles and other stuff, we would find stuff where, you know, we were doubting this team because they struggled in non-conference, and now
how good they were able to do.
They made everybody look wrong because they had a phenomenal season.
They came into the NEC tournament the number 1 team in the conference, and they proved to everyone why they were the number 1 team there. They were dominant against FDU. They had a little bit of a slip-up against Mount St. Mary's, allowing them to come back from 15 points down and making that game close. And they were strong against St. Francis as well. A key player, though, that surprised me in this tournament, I think surprised a lot of people, was freshman Esther Castillo. Castillo became an absolute killer in the clutch moments of this one. 3 huge threes against Mount St. Mary's, and then the 3 that really kind of put the championship game out of reach for the Red Flash. She was a very nice surprise along with others in this game.
And I thought the one thing that this team did really well in the championship game was, yes, they got support from out deep in 3 from Esther Castillo, Nina Augustin, and others, but they were able to work it so well inside the paint, and that's where it worked well. Now, even Nneka Ezigbo, she had a huge offensive effort just in tight. Free throws, she struggled a little bit, but what this team did really well as well was limit Courtney Zeza, limit Jess Kovach. They led the Red Flash.
Well, Jess Kovach played. I have seen Jess Kovach a handful of times play. The all-time leading scorer in NEC history for women's basketball. And you know,
Francis
they shut her down against the first meeting in Loretto. I want to say she had a career low of like 7 points or something like that. But she was god awful against in the championship game. She couldn't hit water if she fell out of a boat. She was heaving up shots out of nowhere. I heard a kid from the stands go, "What is she doing right now?"